Welcome back. We're in the Slater Rock Shop. We're working on our 1966 Bronco. And we got a new solenoid on here. We've got new ground cable. Got points. We got a battery. We're going to be working on the carburetor. I've got, of course, I've got my used one. I normally get them started with, but I just went ahead and jumped the gun. We went with a 2100 this time because that's what this one has. So I got a brand new 2100 here. We're gonna try to throw on here. So first thing we need to do is get this other carburetor off of here. Get that spring off, get this hose off. Might even actually see if the fuel pump's working before we get too far in this thing. Whoa, that thing's hard as a rock there. Get that on off. Cut it down the middle here. Alright. We get our battery in here. Put some fuel in the fuel tank. Let's see here. We need a good, there's a good power wire. We need a good power wire for the solenoid. I've been charging this old battery here. It's not the best. It's a few years old. Oh! I'm just going to set it up here on the fender. It looks alright. We'll dump some fuel in there. Getting pretty empty here. I want to save some to dump in the carb, so we'll stop there. We'll stop right there. See if I get anything coming out of that fuel pump. Alright, we're not having any luck there. Got all the plugs out, so that makes it easier to spin over. But it's really giving me doubts here on the fuel pump. Old distributor got me there. It's probably a bad idea. Probably gonna blow this whole thing up, so because we've got some spark leaking out of these wires, no doubt. But I'd really like to see some dabbling fuel coming out, which I'm kind of surprised we have spark, because I didn't think I had the key on. But I must have the key on. Do I have the key on? No? Got the key off. Definitely got spark from the distributor, so that's a good thing. It's not going to be a good thing if I blow the whole truck up. I guess it's the way the relay is jumping over to the ignition wire. So let's take that off, because I don't want to keep sparking and end up blowing anything up. So the starter's not sounding real healthy. And we're getting no fuel out, which really makes me think that pump's no good. Because I feel like I spun this engine over enough. If it was going to pull, it should be pulling fuel by now. Make sure I'm not getting that starter hot. No, she's not hot. She's just rough sounding. Alright, so probably going to have to go buy a fuel pump. That's kind of why we had left that loose anyways. I was replacing that little hose there because it looked like it was in poor shape. But now, it's one nice thing about not having power steering. You get right to that old pump. No problem. Now I need to go look it up and find one. Woo! Welcome back to the Slater Rock Shop. We've got the 1966 Ford Bronco in here. We're pretty fired up. Put some plugs in it, some wires on it, put a starter relay on it. I bumped it over a few times. It's still got the original points distributor. We just slapped a brand hammer new 2100 Amazon Special Motorcraft carb on here, and we're gonna see if we can get it running. It hadn't run in years, I don't know how many years. The fuel smells terrible. It smells really bad. My wife was actually complaining when I came inside. She was like, "You smell terrible." And it's just the dead fuel. I've been pumping some fuel through the fuel pump I put on there, and we're about ready to prime the carb and see if it'll run. It's got spark. As long as I hook the wires up right, she should run. Now, if you ever have trouble adjusting carburetors and you don't know how to get them dialed in quite right, just remember, they build them to run, not to idle. So don't worry about idling. Just get them running. You want to run down that drag strip. You don't want to idle down a drag strip. So don't worry about idle. Just get the carb running. Oh, I almost forgot. Before I dump some in there, I've got to dump a little out from my other Bronco owners. We'll just fill it right there on the floor. And now we'll dump some in the bowl. Don't spill it. Remember, don't spill fuel because you'll start a fire. You're gonna need a fire extinguisher. Oh, she's drinking it. It's an empty carb. It's live action. We hadn't started this thing up yet. I want to get it live action on film. Man, it's empty. I hope this thing runs. Okay, she's coming out the vent hole now. All right. We're going to sit in the driver's seat because the key seems to work. I think I'm in neutral, so I shouldn't kill anybody. We'll see what happens. We'll give her a few pulls here. Come on! Getting a lot of juice to that battery. I'm going to hook the old jump box up and see if we can get a little bit more to it. Man, it's awful wet. I didn't spill that much. Maybe I did. What am I missing here? I thought it had spark. It did have spark earlier. We're going to hook the jump box up real quick. See if we can get a little more juice to it. Ugh. We're gonna command it on from out here, just so I can work the carb a little bit. Let's see. It squirting fuel. So as long as we're getting fire, this thing ought to run. She's trying to go now, son. Yeah. She's trying to do it. Come on. She's smoking pretty good. I think I've got it wired up right. 289 for sure, so I wired it up like a 289.